On the previous episode of Buying Stupid Products, I tried gaming finger sleeves. And of course, after that, obviously, I had to buy gaming gloves. Introducing Ironclad's MIBR PC gaming gloves. Designed with professional gamers to increase speed and performance by managing sweat, temperature, and fatigue. It has breathable fabric, an ergonomic cuff system, moisture-wicking construction, performance silicone grip, precision fit on the in-betweens of fingers, keyboard wrist padding on the left hand, low-friction ceramic mouse slider, sweat, wipe, thumb. I literally have no idea what that means. Up your gamer power with these gaming gloves designed just for PC performance gaming, only coming in at a whopping $30 US. Now, I'm a real gamer. This may not look like it, but it is how peak performance looks like. Yeah, you know. Hey everybody, I bought gaming gloves. These are Ironclad's MIBR PC gaming gloves. And I think MIBR is a CSGO team and I don't think these gloves are part of their merch. But I'll cut to the chase. How do these gloves feel? Bad. Look, my expectations for these were low, rock bottom even. I expected them to feel like they were just there, like wearing a shirt. But they managed to be worse than that. I actually struggled to wear these for more than 10 minutes. It itches. A lot. Please get these off of me right now. Despite the $30 price tag, they actually do seem pretty cheaply made because if you look closely at where the fingers are cut off, you can quite literally see that they might have cut off the fingertips with like a pair of scissors. I mean, you can see like threads sticking out and shit. My wrist itches too, and specifically at my left hand. It's where the keyboard padding is. Speaking of the padding, it kinda does nothing. I guess it's to help you if you're the kind of person who presses really hard against your table while you're using your keyboard, but it still doesn't feel like that comfortable, and who does that? I mean, it's like the complete opposite of comfort considering that it itches. I can see the keyboard padding on the left side being a lot more useful for OSU players if they put the padding on the right side instead, because OSU players who play with tablet usually have the bump on their pen-dominant hand. This is from pressing their pen hand on the tablet whenever they play. It's normal. Cookiesy has it too if you look closely enough. But anyway, not everyone who's watching this video plays OSU, so let's talk about more general things. The company says they have this precision fit for the in-betweens of your fingers, and I have no idea what that means. I mean, well, they do fit in the in-betweens of my fingers pretty well. I guess they're quite snug, but they also seem to force my fingers apart. What I mean by forcing my fingers apart, as in it's quite hard to move my fingers at all. They kind of get in the way of me doing anything. My finger dexterity has gone way down. Typing has become an extreme challenge, and I wish I was joking. Oh, it's so difficult to move my fingers. Wow. 98? Oh, Jesus Christ, that is slow. Okay, wait, I'm just typing slow in general. Oof. Okay, wait. $150, the usual. Okay, wait, maybe the performance earlier was a fluke. Yeah, I don't think this thing is very good for typing. I feel like if you have a computer addiction and you want to fix it, this is the solution for you. Wearing these stops you from wanting to use your computer. So much for PC gaming gloves. Though I guess with enough practice and getting used to these, I am back to typing like how I normally do. But like I said earlier, every minute I have these on, I really want to take them off. I guess the right gloves feels okay. It doesn't really hinder with mouse clicking. I mean, well, it's not like you do much finger movement on a mouse, unlike straight up typing on a keyboard. The right gloves has this low friction ceramic mouse slider thing, and it actually works pretty well. This ceramic slider is pressed against your table or whatever surface you use to play games, and it really reduces the friction. I'm able to move my mouse hand on the mouse pad pretty easily. There's a clear difference between the dragging friction from the left and right glove, except that the gloves are still not great. If you're the kind of person like me that rests your forearm and wrist on the table while you're using your mouse, this happens. I can't believe my own flesh is getting in the way of my movement. And this also happens on a mouse mat. It hurts too. The only way to stop this from happening is to lift your elbow higher so your forearm doesn't touch the table, which I guess would be fine if you're playing on a low DPI on first-person shooter games. But then again, I only found out a couple days ago that most people normally use a DPI higher than just 800 for browsing and doing things on a desktop. So yeah, I don't really think these gloves are for like normal people. Honestly, this whole flesh pinching thing wouldn't have been an issue if they just made the cuff stretch out longer. But they're not. And speaking of those cuffs, they use a Velcro at the back of it to tighten the gloves around your hands, and I can't tighten it enough around my wrists. Small-wristed girls aren't a part of their target audience, so I guess I won't hold this against them. The silicone grip in the middle is actually pretty darn rough and good at sticking to whatever you're holding, so that's nice. And I guess the material is breathable. I mean, I live in an extremely warm country all year round at it too. My hands didn't turn into a pile of sweat after using this for like an hour plus, so I guess these are pretty breathable. But then again, I don't sweat much normally. Also, another thing is, if you sweat a lot while gaming, why don't you just buy mouse grips? Those exist. Yeah, so I'm really struggling to find a use for these gloves. Maybe my expectations are set too high because of the gaming finger sleeve, since that pleasantly turned out to have a use. But what would these be good for? Driving simulators? I don't know. I guess the most obvious one that's not really much of a plus point is style points. They do look cool. If you want to look like you have even less friends than a typical gamer, I'd say go for buying these things. But boy, if only these didn't feel bad while you wear them. A big thing to note is that these gloves are not compression gloves. They don't squeeze on your hands or anything. Compression gloves are these things I have here. I got these for $4. I know the thread sticking out of one of the fingers. I accidentally ripped it with my nails when I was trying to remove them once. Okay, so these compression gloves help people who have rheumatoid arthritis. Apparently these help promote blood circulation, and the best way I can put it is it feels like my hands are receiving a hug. And also, the compression makes my hands feel like it's closing on its own. Like extra force pressing on my fingers trying to shut them. They don't bother me when I type. I type just fine. They're comfortable, they don't itch, and they keep my hands pretty warm despite being pretty breathable at the same time. All of it, unlike the gaming gloves. But yeah, since I just compared compression gloves to the gaming gloves, I'll just go over them real quick. So you don't just run to a website and place an order for these things because I just made these sound really good. So first off, these compression gloves, well, I can say the silicone rubber gets in the way of gaming. Sliding a hand across a desk mat is rough, and even worse on a bare desk. The gloves helping your fingers close actually works against you if you're playing something like BMS or any keyboard running game, since now it takes more force to raise your fingers. It's like a really roundabout way of having weights for your fingers. And speaking of the compression is actually a bad thing, I noticed. It's a bad thing when you're playing Osu. My thumb felt way more strained compared to without gloves, like way quicker. What I think is happening is that the compression is actually compressing on the nerves in my hand, so don't add compression to your hands. So yeah, I don't think these would keep your hands any safer. This wouldn't prevent carpal tunnel at all, since carpal tunnel comes from bad form, and these gloves don't stop my hands from moving however they like. And yeah, same with the gaming gloves actually. So these gloves, they don't really offer any benefit to you, health-wise, or anything. So all in all, if you're really looking for style points, you're really much better off getting regular fingerless gloves, like not even a compression kind, because they still affect the way you use and do things. So yeah, gaming gloves? No. But hey, that's one more thing to add to my collection of stupid shit I bought. What other gaming thing should I buy next? Oh yes, gamer tape. Oh wait. Yeah, okay, I don't really want to get arrested just yet.